to Kart Mini!
Welcome to my number 6 proof video, hitting CPU bonus. In particular, this is a non-strategic bonus. In this video, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing as I did in proofs 3, 4, 5. I'm going to work on that established time of 242.5 for Sherbet Land with 5 collisions. And in this time, I'm going to try to get a worse time and see if I can still get 3 stars. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit CPU with a red shell, a non-strategic item. Red shells are non-strategic because you just hit it and it hits the CPU. You don't have to place it or aim it or anything like that. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get a worse time and see if I get 3 stars, and I will get 3 stars. So then in the next video, in my supplemental video, I'm going to show myself doing the same thing, and I'm going to get a slightly worse time than this video, and that one I will miss. So I will establish that hitting CPUs with a non-strategic item like a red shell or a spiny shell is a 1 second bonus. And then in supplemental, there I go. I just hit the Birdo with a red shell. And then in 6B and C, those are really about just hitting CPUs with a non-strategic item, like a green shell, fake item box, banana, and getting a 2 second bonus for those. Get a larger bonus when you have to do a little more work. And that's what this little series about hitting CPUs is all about. It's about whether you get a bonus or not, proving it, and proving how much time you get for doing the particular items. And what I find interesting about this one is I did not believe you get a bonus. I know I'd read that you get bonus for hitting CPUs, but I didn't believe it forever. With all my testing, a lot of times I wouldn't bother hitting CPUs, so it just didn't come up. So it wasn't until I started hitting CPUs a little bit more and playing with strategy that my test stopped working, and I had to reanalyze what was going on. And also I was doing some testing with Dark Meter Wii, and we were finding inconsistencies between our own, and had to look back and say, wait, maybe there is a bonus, and had to retest it all. So I find this kind of interesting because this was really in the face of a belief I had that it didn't get a bonus. I really proved myself wrong on this one. So, but again, in what I've established is this race, I'm not doing anything else other than I hit the one CPU with the red shell, I hit Birdo. Otherwise, I'm doing 5 collisions. I'm not hitting anything else. I'm not leaving anything else on the track for CPUs to hit, and I'm getting that, like I said, a little worse time, 243. Just under 243.5. I can't remember exactly the time. We'll see it coming up here pretty soon. And then the rest of the races, again, don't matter. I can go ahead and get bonuses because we know those are going to be 3-star races. They're going to be faster than control times. And if I get bonuses, it just makes it more of a 3-star race. So it's really, this one is the one we are checking everything out and make sure we did get a bonus. And I think it's pretty obvious that that is the only thing I changed, is the one CPU hit. So here we come up on the end of the race, and you're going to see my time is going to be just over 243, which I established in proof number 2 that I should miss, because I had a little better time than that and only got 2 stars. But this time I managed to get 3 stars, so if you kind of go back and forth between, there we go, there's my calculation, but if you go back and forth between my proof number 2 and this one, you'll kind of know that there has to be something else going on there, and I think, again, compare it, it's obvious that the only difference is the hitting the CPU with the red shell. And now the other thing you can notice, I mentioned this briefly in the proof number 5 video, but you might not have watched that part, is that when you hit a CPU, the characters do give a reaction. Daisy raises her hand, most of them raise their hand, but sometimes she doesn't raise her hand. Maybe she's in the middle of doing a stunt or something, but she still usually lets out a little yeah, and she has different sounds like yes, yeah. You can kind of pay attention to those. But every once in a while she's in the middle of getting hit by lightning, or, well, I shouldn't say lightning, but a spiny shell is a good example, because everybody gets hit by lightning at the same time. But if she gets hit by a spiny shell and a CPU is hitting her item, she's not going to give out any hint that she got a bonus. So when you're doing these races, you can't always be sure when you lay tracks or lay things on the item whether you hit or not, because you could even go around and say, well, my item's gone, but that could have disappeared during a lightning hit, and it might not count as a hit on the CPU and so forth. So it's a little hard to count these. That's why when I'm testing, I don't lay any items on the track and take any chances. But now I can in these races because, like I said, if I get a bonus, it just makes it more likely to get 3-star. Right now I'm establishing that it does get a bonus at least, and I know I haven't established the 2-second one yet, but you can jump ahead and watch those and see that I established those also. So that's kind of about it. Remember, I will note them, and if you want to look at when I say CPU hit and maybe she doesn't raise her hand, you can also sometimes notice the sound she makes. Sometimes she's in the middle of jump, even sometimes she does like a yeah or yes yeah or whatever. And you got to look really carefully, but you can also see the CPU spin out where I hit the item. So, and again, you know, if she doesn't react at all and you see a CPU spin out where about I dropped an item, you can't guarantee yourself that you got a bonus because maybe another CPU hit that CPU. So I only note ones where I'm sure where she had some type of reaction. Other times when I think maybe possibly I just don't count them. So, yeah. So from now on in the rest of the videos, you're gonna notice me marking those. And the other thing you can watch for is, if you haven't played the game much, is the strategy where I place the items. You know, if you get items and you're just throwing them on the track randomly, you're probably not going to score a hit. Probably just making yourself more likely to get hit yourself. If you're going to place an item, or drop an item, you should place it somewhere where you think you have a pretty good chance of getting a hit. Like for example there, I put the fake item box, I try to put them right behind the real item boxes, because maybe it disguises them where somebody can't see you. Especially if this works like if you're racing online, so they might not see it until it's too late. The other thing is, or just all of a sudden somebody doesn't want to take that item now. You know, you load up a bunch of stuff each lap, other people do it. Now people have to skip getting those prizes, so you make it harder to get those prizes. So it's a good strategy. So the key things I look for is hiding them, like around corners, where somebody is going to come whipping around a corner, all of a sudden it's going to be right on top of them, buried amongst the item boxes there, and narrow stretches where it's hard to avoid them. Those are really the key areas. Or if you just do a green shell like I did right there, somewhere where it's going to bounce around. Sherbet Land, it's I'm sorry, not Sherbet Land, I mean on Shy Guy Beach, it's pretty hard to hit them behind you, so you have to maybe wait for a longer open stretch and try to be, you know, straight on with them. And it's kind of hard to score a hit, but with something like Delfino Square, a lot of walls, if you wait to that area where there's a lot of walls, or a long straightaway, you launch them backwards, you have a better chance of hitting with the green shell when you launch them backwards. So a lot of times it's worth, you know, just holding your item and risk losing it to lightning or something than to just throw it out random, because you're probably not going to score. And more times than not, you'll score if you hold on to it and place it in a strategic place. So as you watch these races, you can kind of see some areas where I put it and hope to score better hits. And like with Luigi Stadium, I sometimes put them at the top of a jump. It's always nice to put a banana at the top of a jump. Sometimes even at Delfino Square, the bridge raises up, because that way if anybody hits it, they actually slide into a fall, and it can really ruin their day. So if you can hit the character right behind you into a fall, it's really going to open up a bigger lead to you. Again, racing online, that can be really a huge advantage. So, and there I dropped one around the corner, because they usually swing around the corner. And that's another little advantage I use. Since I drive automatic, I tend to take the corners a little tighter. Most people on manual and CPUs evolved take it a little wider. They get that drift. So you can place them further out and then take the corners tighter yourself, and you probably won't run into them, but they will. So it's kind of, again, a little strategy you can use. But that's about it for this video. Again, you'll see I get 3 stars, and I got a worse time on Sherbet Land, and you know, compared to the second video I should have missed, but I made it. So I've established that it's at least under a second. In the next video I'll establish it's not any greater than a second, because I'm going to have slightly worse time to do the same thing with the red shell. So thanks for watching, and you can either now go to the supplementals if you want to just see the proof for the 1 second and 2 second difference between the strategic and non-strategic items, or you can jump ahead to number 7 proof video where I show you the off-road penalty. Thanks for watching.